When the boat comes in.
My Bonnie Lass, goodbye. This has to be one of the saddest episodes of When the Boat Comes In, I would say. This is the last episode of Jessie Seaton until the very last series, Series 4. We see her for a couple of episodes in the last series. But yeah, this is a really hard one to watch. And Arthur's got this job opportunity in, I believe it's Kent, where he's from, the Garden of England, and it's to be a schoolmaster. So the pay's better. Bill hasn't got a problem with this because the pay's better, but of course Jessie doesn't want to go. And there's a lot of sad scenes with her telling her parents, and I can't imagine she would ever feel truly happy living anywhere else. You know, it's where she's from, it's her roots, the politics is all there as well. Her being a socialist, she thinks when she moves up to Kent, or rather down to Kent, she won't have that anymore, and she'll just be passing cucumber sandwiches about. And she also thinks this is Arthur's way of shutting her up, which probably isn't an exaggeration. They've clashed in the past, haven't they, about their political ideologies. Of course, Mr. Ashton is very much siding with the Tories, whereas Jessie Seaton is Labour, and they have that scene where they put both of their posters up in the same house. That's quite funny, isn't it? And yeah, I mean, it's sad. It's really brutal what he does to her. Really, he gets her in a box, but he says to her that I wouldn't have been able to get you to do it any other way, and it's probably true, but it's just wrong, isn't it? It just seems really wrong to me.
You're never serious.
Of course I'm serious.
You're off to live in Kent.
We are off to live in Kent.
But you can't.
Why not?
Your notice. You have to give a month's notice.
I telephoned the education office from Kent. They'll accept what's left of the school holidays in lieu of a month's notice. I rather fancy they have my successor already lined up. Somebody's cousin, no doubt.
Don't try to change the subject.
Very well, let's talk about moving.
You can't expect us to up sticks and go just like that.
Why not?
Why not? My family's here.
And mine's in Kent.
One aunt.
And several cousins. They're young Arthur's family, too.
Folk I've never seen.
That'll be remedied. And anyway, your family could always come down to visit us.
Can you see Dad leaving his shops?
He'd be very welcome if he did.
Would he, Arthur? Welcome by your Auntie Ellen in her big posh house. What about Tom and Dolly, the way they talk, the way they are? And even Billy, a doctor, he should be acceptable, but he's not. He's a red. The people who wouldn't laugh at him would despise him. You want me out the way because you think the same and all, don't you?
I don't, and you know it.
Out of here. Galashiel, the people I know, the things I believe.
You've been ill, quite seriously ill. Or so our doctor says, and Billy agrees with him. This climate is a harsh one. It's bad for you, not like Kent.
That's not the answer.
Tom's wife died of tuberculosis. For a time there was a fear that his son had it too. Tuberculosis is the scourge of Tyneside. You wouldn't deny it?
No, it's a killer, all right. But if there were enough eggs and milk and fresh vegetables...
But there's not. Where we're going, tuberculosis is unknown.
Where we're going? You sound so certain.
I am.
And of course, you got some great final scenes with Jack Ford. They should have got together. They really should have, of course. And it's really nice, all the places that they go to. It is a Bonnie Lass goodbye, because they meet at the beach where they've had lots of part of their relationship has been at the beach, most of it. But it shows how innocent it was, because he says to her, like, I've only seen your feet twice. And that's how it was back then, until you took it to the next step, etc. You got married. That stuff didn't happen, did it, in a relationship? But it was obvious they should have got together, and it was very sad they didn't. And this is like a final goodbye, and it is very sad.
I'm leaving Galashiel.
Leaving? What on earth for?
Because my husband says so.
I see.
Do you, Jack? What do you see? A lot of posh little boys in straw boaters and Eton jackets. House matches and Latin and tea on the lawn.
What's John about?
He's wangled himself a job as housemaster at a public school.
You're going up in the world. Just like me. Well, some of us has got to get on, Bonnie Lass. Otherwise you'd have nobody to get mad at. You don't want to go, do you?
No.
Want to stay here with Billy and set the world to rights?
I was happy here, Jack.
Aye. So was our Bonnie Lass. but it never lasts.
They also have a drink, don't they? And he talks about the first time that they met, when they met in the pub, and he got a report, and drink your nice port, yeah, and he buys a report again. I think it's at the Royal Saracen. And yeah, I mean, it's really nice, isn't it? And Billy turns up, and he was after her, but she wanted to be walked home by Jack.
Good health. By rights, you should ask me to sit down. You've got a lot to learn if you're going to start drinking in posh hotels.
Sit down, then. You said all that once before, didn't you? Only it wasn't a posh hotel.
The Blue Barrel. You were there with Tom and Mary.
I snapped your head off. You were still in uniform. Now look at you.
And don't start, Bonnie lass. I brought you a present.
You know...
Drink your nice port, Jessie Ashton, and listen when I'm talking. Your passport to freedom, Bonnie lass.
And Fabian's? Oh, I've known about them for years. Oh, Billy
Your
says...
Billy didn't write that, though, did he?
Fabian Way to a Socialist Society by H.G.A. Minton.
Howard Gilbert Anthony, 5th Viscount Minton. He's got a place near your husband's new school.
How in the world do you know?
I rang him up. He's staying with a friend of mine, Duke of Bedlington. I told him all about you. He's coming up to the school to see you in a couple of weeks. Reckons I can always use your kind of talent.
So it is kind of the road not taken, this episode, and it's also Jessie's goodbye to the series until the last series, Series 4. She comes back in that series for a couple of episodes near the end. She left Arthur at this point in Series 4, which is kind of crazy, but I can see how it happened as well. But you never thought they'd actually split up, even though they weren't suited for each other. And he gets really evil, though, in this episode, I think, Mr. Ashton. He really takes it to the extreme. He doesn't give her an option. I suppose men back then could do that, or they would do that. They'd just be like, right, we're going. That's it. But it does seem very harsh not to even talk to her. But I suppose if he talked to her, then it wouldn't have happened. But it's cruel, isn't it? Let's be honest.
He knows how to butter his bread, does Arthur? Maybe it'll be cucumber sandwiches now. That's what the posh folk eat, isn't it, Billy?
You two had a row again.
A row?
Jessie! Go and give your dar hand the shop.
Do you suppose he'd let us?
Well, he will if you make him. Go on.
Mum, he's taken us away, me and the baby. He says we've got to go.
There is quite a funny scene of Arthur pushing the pram, and maybe this is the only side to it that you think maybe he's got a point why he wants to move away, but it wasn't that terrible, was it? He was being made fun of for pushing a pram. It is very humorous, but I can imagine that back then. Men didn't do that. Men didn't do that sort of thing, did they? They didn't change nappies. They didn't push prams. I do now, but there you go. The world's changed, hasn't it? Yeah. But he doesn't think it would happen back in Kent, but you don't know. Back then, I think it probably still would have, to be honest, because it was that era. Wherever you was from, the woman was expected to look after the baby, not the man. The man was expected to work. So, but it is a very humorous scene.
Would you look at that?
There, what's the world coming to?
Are you his mum, mister? His daddy is his mommy. 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 His daddy is his mommy.
Sarah and Matt's chats are very funny, aren't they? I mean, I think he really needed Sarah, didn't he? I mean, when he lost Jack, it seemed like he lost Jack because Jack's getting on in the world. Of course, they don't have they have a relationship, but of course it's not a love relationship. It's not a sexual relationship, although it isn't with Sarah at this point. Or is it? No, we don't think it is. But still, he needed somebody in his life to complete him, really, because he needs somebody like a springboard, somebody to talk to, somebody to work it out, and then they work it out together, don't they? And later on in the series, Sarah asks his rival, who wants to have the job at the Fitters Union, The name escapes me now, but for the next episode, I'll bring his name up. Is it Sid Hepburn? It might be. No, it's not. Not Sid Hepburn. That was somebody he went to war with. Oh, what's his name? I'll remember it in the next one we do, of course. When he turns up, he's always drunk, isn't he? But he's very good at speeches. He's a red. He's a big red. But Sarah wants to see him. So they work very well as a team, her and Matt.
Now listen to me. A fella came to see Jack.
Oh, I'm not interested.
Well, you should be. It was that Channing, the one that was going to put you all in prison. Well, now he's not.
You sure?
It looks that way. Jack was going to make him tell a whole lot of lies. Blackmail by the sound of it.
But how in the world do you know that?
I listened at the keyhole.
Kind of unbelievable that he cheats on her in the final series, although, yeah, I suppose it could happen, but it does seem unlikely, doesn't it? But we'll talk about that when that comes up. I hope you've been enjoying the When the Boat Comes In podcast. This one's a very sad one for many reasons, and I think it's just sad to see Jessie go in such a fashion, isn't it? She comes back, but even that's sad, to be honest. Not the first episode she comes back, but the final episode she comes back. And you also find out in Series 4 that Sarah doesn't like Jessie. But there is a scene where Jessie turns up round Jack's, and Jessie's kind of talking down to Sarah. And then later, I'm sure it's in Series 4, she said she's a stuck-up bitch. Yeah, so... But of course she was a parlour maid, wasn't she? And she's a school teacher, so back then you had the class system. But I still feel sorry for Jessie in this series, in this episode, because she made a deal, didn't she, that her brother would go to university by going with Mr. Ashton. And even Billy says about this, he says it was a business transaction. It wasn't anything, it wasn't a love interest or anything. And Bill says, and she isn't living up to it, is she? It's very funny. Bill's brilliant, isn't he? He's funny. There's so many great funny scenes in When the Boat Comes In as well. But the sad ones really hit you, don't they? I mean, when she goes back to her parents and she's like, he's taking the baby away. We've got to go. It's just very extreme, isn't it? 1 minute you're living up north and then you've got to move down south just like that. It must have been a lot for her to deal with. But this is a great episode as well. A very sad episode of When the Boat Comes In. Probably one of the saddest. Apart from the last episode, this is probably the saddest episode of When the Boat Comes In.
Bit chilly for plodging, Mrs. Ashton.
Life of leisure, is it, Mr. Ford?
Have you work blown up palaces?
So I hear. Dangerous and all.
Don't you fret, Mrs. Ashton. Your Tom's off the hook. And Matt.
And you.
And me. Sit down a minute. Beach is free. And there's nobody to see us.
I'm leaving Galashield.
Leaving? What on earth for?
Because my husband says so.
I see.
Do you, Jack? What do you see? A lot of posh little boys in straw boaters and Eton jackets. House matches and Latin and tea on the lawn.
What's John about?
He's wangled himself a job as housemaster at a public school.
You're going up in the world. Just like me. Well, some of us has got to get on, bonny lass. Otherwise you'd have nobody to get mad at. You don't want to go, do you?
No.
Want to stay here with Billy and set the world to rights?
I was happy here, Jack.
Aye. So was our bonny lass. But it never lasts.
Good health.
By rights, you should ask me to sit down. You've got a lot to learn if you're going to start drinking in posh hotels.
Sit down, then. You said all that once before, didn't you? Only it wasn't a posh hotel.
The Blue Barrel. You were there with Tom and Mary.
I snapped your head off. You were still in uniform. Now look at you.
And don't start, Bonnie lass. I brought you a present.
You know.
Drink your nice port, Jessie Ashton, and listen when I'm talking. Your passport to freedom, Bonnie lass.
And Fabian's? Oh, I've known about them for years. Oh, Billy
Your
says...
Billy didn't write that, though, did he?
Fabian Way to a Socialist Society by H.G.A. Minton.
Howard Gilbert Anthony, 5th Viscount Minton. He's got a place near your husband's new school.
How in the world do you know?
I rang him up. He's staying with a friend of mine, Duke of Bedlington. I told him all about you. He's coming up to the school to see you in a couple of weeks. Reckons he can always use your kind of talent.
Why, Jack? Why did you do it?
What you've got's too rare, Bonnie lass. Too rare to waste. And besides, your Arthur had another reason for shifting south.
Now that will do, Jack.
Aye, all right. But we both know what it is. And I reckon I owed him one. Well, now I've paid it. Let's see him give a Viscount the push.
You'll never change. Never.
I'm sorry to keep you waiting, sis.
Oh, Billy.
I come to take our Jess home.
She hasn't finished her drink. We might have another, who knows? You get back to your clinic, Bonnie lad. I'll take care of your sister.
Will he?
Yes. You get along. I'll be all right.
Time for another?
No.
So that's it then.
That's it. I'm off to Kent. Heaven knows where you're off to.
Scarborough. Getting divorce evidence for Dolly.
I see.
Ah, a lot of folk do.
You told me something Sir Horatio Manus said years ago when you were first starting. Women would be the ruin of you, he said.
Maybe they will, Bonnie lass. Can you think of a better way to go?
The 5th Viscount. And he's a socialist. You don't need to see me home, you know.
Me too. No, but I want to. Be all right.
Of course it will. You said we were going to live in a palace, remember? We're neither of us the kind that would make do with a back lane.
Dance to the daddy, sing to the mommy. Dance to the daddy, to the mommy, sing. Thou shalt have a fishy on a little ishy. Thou shalt have a fishy when the boat comes in. Thou shalt have a fishy on a little ishy. Thou shalt have a haddock when the boat comes in. Thou shalt have a fishy on a little ishy. Thou shalt have a bloater when the boat comes in. Thou shalt have a fishy on a little ishy. Thou shalt have a mackerel when the boat comes in. Thou shalt have a fishy on a little ishy. Thou shalt have a salmon when the boat comes in.